changing the wife's spark plugs. Good day to you guys on YouTube. So we just pulled the top off and the side just so it gives a little bit more room to access the coils. We're probably going to take this bolt off and flip this over so it gives us room and access to work on that third spark plug on this side. You'll need a Torx 25 to remove these 4. This just slides out. You'll need to remove the bolts to the, I'll show them to you guys. They're like a reverse Torx or something. I just use an 8mm wrench, which fits right onto it, or 5/16, same thing. They go right over it without damaging it. I just get it to zoom in for you guys a little bit. Can't really see it, but yeah, it does really well. So we can remove the electrical part of it. So that's sort of where we're at right now. And then we'll have to do this side right here. It'll be the same thing. We'll remove all 4 of these screws. We'll undo this, which has a little Torx right there. And another one right here on the side of it. And I don't know, we might have to, this one's leaking. We got to replace it anyway. It's got a little pinhole. I might have to undo the hose underneath and undo this hose, and then this should come off, or I can just move it over to the side if the hose is long enough. And that should give us enough room that we can access all the spark plugs on this side. And this is being done. This is part of the intermediate service of it. See if we can get you video up in there. Yep, 42,500 and something miles. Wife's car. So that's what we're working on today. This should be the last part of the intermediate or major service that it recommends, around 40,000 miles. So we should be about it, getting her done. So I took this bolt out. I used a 16 metric, pulled it out from this side. The nut was on this side. Then you gotta loosen this one. Also with the 16, I use a pass-through socket set up. And once you loosen this up, because it won't move until that's loosened up, then you can swing it up and out of the way. So it's out of the way, it gives us access to that final plug right there on this passenger side. Getting her done. And then it's a 30 Torx that fits these. So that's where we're at right now. All right, guys, so same thing as before. So I apologize, it has like a little pinhole right here, and it makes it leak a little bit of coolant. So what we did is we undid there's a little bolt that's underneath this on the side that attaches to this side right here. It's a 30 Torx. You'll take it off so this moves. Take the 25 Torx, pull the 4 bolts. This comes off the top so you can slide that side out. This gives you more room to access this front plug. Same thing for right here. And again, I apologize, the coolant leaks on this stuff. So again, we're getting a new one for it. So then it goes back. We undid these 2, same thing, 30 Torx. And then undid this hose that goes to the reservoir right there and pushed it to the side. So now we can undo all these, and it's the same process like we explained on the last steps. And should be pretty good. Looking like we're on the next part. All right, guys, so I finally got the ignition, the coil plug ignitions separated. So if I can show it to you guys, has these little tabs on the bottom. You'll see them, they're right there. I just gently push down with the screwdriver, it'll pop, click, and you just slowly work it off until it comes off all three of the coils. Once it does, you're just trying to push it to the side so it's out of the way. Now the coils are ready to be removed. All right, guys, so I figured I'd show you what I do to get one of these spark plugs and setups out. Do a quick change of one, because it's a rinse and repeat process for the rest. So I use a long like zip tie, just because my hands have a hard time getting down in there. I still guide it with my other hand. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see it, but I pull it. So this helps to loosen it up, wiggle it, bam. Pulls out, take out the zip tie. It just gives you a little better grip and leverage on it. Bam, we got it out. I like to do one spark plug at a time. So you got the coil, so it has like a little bit of that maybe electro grease or antifreeze grease on it. I put a little tiny bit more just to make sure. This helps keep out moisture, things like that. I don't want to do a lot, just a little bit. It's a 5/8 socket, good old Harbor Freight shit. Throw it on there, little 5/8. I get in there with, I think that's a 6-inch extension. And then we'll get it on here. Let's see if I can get it off. All right. Popped, worked. And when we put these back in, these are a double platinum plug, so you do not gap them. You'll damage the electrode if you do that. See why I took out the side? Just makes it, I mean, it only takes you, I mean, literally a minute. You'll spend more time trying to fight the plug than that. So I like the space personally myself. So that's why I do a little different than everybody else. When I was younger and more dumb than I am now, I used to, well, I don't want to do that, it's extra work. So I'd spend 5, 6, 8, 10 times longer trying to get something off than I would if I just would have took the part off, which took a fraction of the time to do it. Just not worth it. So next part is we'll take the magnet, go up in the hole, grab it, and there's our spark plug. And they're all dry, but definitely probably in the scope of needing to be changed. But actually not bad to that shape considering. And these look like they're the original. Like it says Bosch R6W or something. So definitely different. And now we'll do the next one. And these right here are, let's see if I can get that to zoom in or something. They're available on Amazon. So I'm showing this to you guys so you guys can see them. It's a double platinum plug, double platinum, Bosch, and R6 as well. So now we're ready to go. And again, I mean, minuscule. There's like almost nothing on it. I like to do a little bit of an NICs on it. I mean, very minimal, just like almost just the residue of it. You can't even really see it on there, it's so minimal. Because I don't want to interrupt it grounding if it has it. It shouldn't though, because it's aluminum. And the reason why I do this is because it is an aluminum block, aluminum engine, and these are not aluminum. So that's just my preference. Again, you don't have to do it, but you know, I'd hate to have a spark plug break off into the block or have it where I can't get it out next time or whatever the case is. And you're supposed to torque these to about 22 foot-pounds. So I'll just go by hand because you see how long those threads are. It takes a minute to get down where it gets tight enough. There we go. So here we go. I just tighten them down my own thing. I'm not worried about it being perfect on the spec part of it. I know about how tight a spark plug needs to be. Been doing them since I was a kid. So there's that one. And then like I showed you guys before with the coil, we put a little bit, I mean minuscule amount of that little grease on the bottom. That just makes it where it slides over the plug nice. Keeps out moisture. Just helps with the, make sure we don't have no situations where we could, you know, get moisture in there and have some type of corrosion or something. See, it slid right on the plug. It went on there nice. Now we'll just tighten this down. Give me a second. But definitely a doable at home project, I would have to say. Pretty comfortably, I would say it's definitely a home project that can be done. Just be patient, don't get angry. pretty bad about that. And those could be just snug. We don't want to torque those down tight. So yeah, just this last one. I already did this one, but I wanted to show you guys so you guys understood. I did the same thing here as I showed you guys I did here. And what I showed you guys I did here, I'm going to do there. And when we're done, that'll go back together. This will slide over. We'll put the bolt and everything in there. Make sure everything's set nice. We'll tighten it down. We'll better put this side, plug these back in, put the side back together, and then we'll jump to the other side. All right, so we just did the last spark plug over here. Now we'll make sure that these things are ready to go. Re-plug them back in. I always try to be gentle, man. I hate messing with electrical shit. Same thing again. And sort of line these guys up together, I think. It's got that plastic support thing that's on it. You can hear them snap. We know we're good. Then we got our little reverse Torx type nuts. We go through here. See if I can get lined up with a hole, man. So like I said, when you do the bolts on the for the coils, don't torque them down, man. Just snug them up and that's it. Like I said, every time you're dealing with aluminum and stuff, you gotta be real gentle with the stuff. The threads will strip easy. I don't know if these bolts are aluminum or not. They're probably not. They're probably steel or something, but Porsche does use aluminum bolts on these engines. So again, you'll break them. So here's my good old faithful 8mm. 5/16 will work on these too. I just snug them up. Nothing special. That's it. See, we're good there. We'll drop this back down. Now you guys get to see the reverse order. Yeah, see, that is definitely aluminum because that thing is light. I don't have no weight to it. So we'll go through this hole, get this thing sort of lined up, hopefully. Keep these hoses out of the way. Ooh, that thing's aluminum, man. That is so crazy. So I'm gonna do a little bit of my good old faithful anti-seize lubricant. Again, probably not completely necessary, but you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. Again, it don't hurt nothing. So there's that. Make sure it's in the same place it sort of was before. It's just an engine support. And these two, these don't have to be super crazy tight. Again, they're aluminum. It's not that crucial. So I snug them up. And then, see how easy it was? It only took a second to do that. But I'm going to tell you right now, it made changing that back plug so much better. So much better than not doing it. You know? Just not worth it, man. Like, why do I want to work harder than I have to? You guys tell me, how blessed is my wife to have somebody that's want to come work on this shit? So, here we go. Now we got this part, and like I explained to you guys before, forgive me, I put this thing on here, right? I don't remember if it goes, I mean, it might go this way. Or not. Let me see. No, I forgot. But yeah, I had it right. Getting brain fart right here, man, I'm telling you. Nope. No, it goes like this. There we go. Get it lined up and get it to go down. There we go. Bam. We're good to go there. Don't mind all my anti-seize fingerprints. We'll wipe those off real quick before we put the top on. Try to always keep this engine bay clean when I'm working on it. Easier said than done sometimes, though, I'll tell you. And this goes right back on again. I just use the screw gun on it real fast. I just don't do a lot of torque. I barely snug them up. It does faster than doing it by hand. And that's it. Really simple, really. You don't have good control with the screw gun. Definitely don't use it. You see, I'm not even going until they're tightened down. It's like right there, so it's nice. Everything's put back together on this side. Damn, stuff sure is messy. I'll have to clean that later. But there we go. So we got one side spark plugs done. Those are all ready to go. Now we'll jump to the other side. Same thing, rinse and repeat. All right, so I figured I'd let you guys hang out with me as I do these other two last spark plugs, because they're obviously the hardest ones to reach on this side. So give me a second, get you guys sort of set up. So we'll go through and bang this thing out. So I already did the front one. Obviously these are gonna be a little harder to get to, so I figured, you know what I mean, screw it. I'll record me doing these two for you guys so you guys can sort of see what's going on here. So I loop it, put it underneath of it, and I'm able to pull it. Something I like to get my hand underneath there too, for whatever reason, to help guide it. If I can get my hand underneath there. If not, you use the bolt, the nut to hold it and support it. We got it out. I think I'm gonna clean up some of this coolant stuff that's on here too. I don't want to use any like water or anything like that on there, because stuff like that, you know, could end up being more of a problem than it's actually honestly worth. So I definitely don't want to do that. Do it like that. Same thing there. So now we're good there. Everything's ready. We'll drop the old spark plug puller in there. Yeah, those reservoirs, those coolant reservoirs, they go out. They're about $60, I think. We just bought one from Rock Auto, so it shouldn't be too bad to change it. We also installed that aftermarket CarPlay in it, because we have Apple phones and she really wanted the CarPlay in the car. And even though it's a 2018, it's still a first gen. I guess the beginning of the year they still sold the first gens as 2018s. So if this thing would have been like 6 months newer, still in 2018, it would have actually had the CarPlay in it. So that was about $600. We had to do that last night. And I just love how videos make everything look so easy. I mean, realistically, they're not. Her car had never been taken apart before, so it didn't come apart very easy. The trim and stuff, so I was worried about breaking it. Unnecessary added cost, you know, but it ended up working out, so she's happy with that. I think we did break like a tab or something on one of the vents. This one of them, it has like 8 or 10 per one, but I'll take that. So here we go, ready on this one. Get that up in there. Cool. Same thing, snugged it up. So we're gonna clean at least a little bit of this freaking nasty ass coolant shit off this thing. No Nobody likes the look of that. You know what I mean? This engine's usually really nice looking too. And like I said, just sprung this little needle size hole on it. That's all it took, man. We're gonna have to clean that up later, make that look better. Let's see. And I could pressure wash it, but I just have a feeling I don't want to do that. I don't want to expose a bunch of moisture if I don't need to. And don't worry, I didn't spray that into the spark plug hole. I'm just trying to clean this up because it really bothers me. I'm in here and this stuff's out. I don't think that's gonna make hurt anything. I doubt it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Why have it? Why have it there? All right, so there we go. There's this one. Now we'll put it down up in there. Turn it, make sure they're oriented downward. Make sure it's pressed all the way in there. And when it's in line where it's supposed to be, should line up with the hole. There we go. So there's three. And like I said, I just turn these things all by hand until they're ready. Probably the most important or hardest one on this side, because these are pretty easy, to be honest with you. They're definitely not a problem. Is just going to be this back one. So we already loosened the bolt. Now we're going to get back in there again and see if we can pull this last coil out. I'm probably going to go up and under this wire. There we go, came out. Got a lot of coolant on it. Let me get this thing out of here. A little tighter because of that wire. We were able to get it. There we go, man. We got it. Same thing. Clean this top off just a little bit. Some of that coolant off. Sure is ugly looking shit, but at least you know you have a leak when you get to see all that nasty ass stuff on there. I apologize for that, man. I'm just trying to clean some of this stuff up, man. Like I said, this car's usually polished under the hood and everything. Even though we live in the mountains, we try to take care of it. So it's frustrating to see it when it's not clean. Yeah, all right, so that one's ready. Take this out. Do this next thing right here, man. See if we can do it. Get it out. There we go. Go in, do it by hand. Hopefully. I'll wire it. There is in the way a little bit though. It's not comfortable or convenient. It is doable though. This will probably be where you want like a shoulder extension and we can add to it, which I think I might do that. Just so we have maybe a little bit more doable finger room. There we go. So I had like another 3-inch extension to it. Just so we have something we're not fighting the wires the whole time. This one's definitely a little harder to get out. I'm pretty sure it's because of the wire, though, to be honest. Those are final plug. They all look good. They're all dry. They're actually in pretty good shape, considering. Do this one too real quick. That's our last plug, man. You guys got to hang out and see what's going on. So I'm trying to get better about actually showing you guys as I go through and do it. Even though probably, I mean, realistically, the videos are a lot longer, so unfortunately when you do it that way, but hopefully they're more helpful for you guys. I keep saying I'm gonna do it and then I don't do it because I get caught up into working on this stuff. And then I just don't do it like I'm supposed to, which is my fault. Yeah, never start your spark plugs or do your spark plugs with power tools. Take too much of a chance of possibly screwing them up. So again, going into aluminum, don't want to break a spark plug, so I just do it by hand until it gets to the point where it's starting to get tight and you can't really turn it by hand no more. Then I know I'm good. Get right back up in there and we'll snug it up. Good, that one's good. And we'll do the same thing as we've done with everything else. See if we can sort of spray some of this down. It's just like a lubricant or something. This holds me where I can get in there and get rid of some of this ugliness to this thing, man. Cool. It's at least better than it was. I mean, still not overly happy with it. It's not perfect, but at least it's not as ugly as it was. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna put this thing back in here again. Same thing as the other ones. I just gotta work around this wire. Make sure that bottom plug's out of the way. It is for the coil. I got this one started immediately, which is nice. Go. Right back to the 30 torques. Again, same thing, we'll snug it up. Not crazy tight, we don't want that. All right, so now, see if you guys can hopefully see it. We'll see. May not be able to very easily. I'm trying to make it you guys can see it. All right, so the next part is we want to work with this electrical again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on this back one, which, you know, it's not held in with that plastic like rail right here, like you guys seen on the other side. So I put them on both at about the same time, gently, just slowly work them up. Snaps, snaps. You guys heard it. It's an audible snap. We know we're in a good position. They're all good. And all that for is, again, because of the coolant and stuff. Trying to clean it up a little bit. All right, so now we got the little reverse torques that go in here. Again, I always do those, everything by hand. Get it in there. There we go. And then we got this next one. Also goes in here. Now go back to tighten them up with the little wrench. Nice. So those are all good. And now we'll go back to putting the rest of the thing together. I showed you guys before. I don't know if it does or not, but we'll see. All right. So same thing again. Goes in, just like that. It's on there. And there's a little torch. A little rough looking one. Got some rough looking threads if you guys can see it. That goes right here underneath this through the little hole and into the plastic. Again, remember this is screwing into plastic. Do not over tighten it. Just barely snug on these. You don't need a lot. All it does is just keep that thing from moving around too much. So I just barely, I mean, if I could, as soon as it stops, I just barely, that's pretty much it for me. That's good enough. So it's nothing super crucial where it needs to be. There's no pressure on that. So as soon as it stops, I just stop. Still allows movement if I need it, not much. Same thing again here. Again, all screwing into plastic. So you gotta be careful again. Oop. Wrong way. I had it the right way the first time. There we go. Same thing again. Don't go super tight or crazy. It's not even tighten all the way down. That one went down a little bit, but it didn't torque it. So there we go. So now we're on. And we got this guy over here. And it's the same thing. These are your big-headed nuts or washers. So now we're gonna go back. And it just sits right here. Has like a little plastic clip. I'll show it to you guys. Well, if I can, probably can't, but there's a little plastic part that goes into like a little groove. You guys will figure that out when it doesn't line up with the holes. It'll only line up with the holes if it goes in there. Again, start on my hand. Same thing here. And you got this little like wire right here. It just does like that. Okay, so there's those. Tighten them all down, which actually I gotta take the wire back out again so I have room to do it. These go into metal, but again, don't need to be super hard on them. I just snug them up. All they do is just hold the coolant, and that's it. Cool. So there we go. Man, that's it. Ugh. Get you guys out of this thing. This thing has a monster grip on this thing, I'm telling you. It's crazy. Okay. So there we go. It's all put back together. So moment of truth, see if it starts. See if we did good or forgot something. And then I got shut off right away because I got to work with this coolant thing. I haven't connected this hose yet. That's your last part because, like I said, there's a crack right there. I want to see if I can fix it maybe. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm going to try. She has a brand new one coming, but she won't leave the car home. It's her favorite car, so she likes to drive it. Bam, fired right up. Nice and smooth. So there we go. You guys got it.